So my friend calls me yesterday and he wants my advice on why his seller is not accepting what seems to be a completely reasonable offer. Now, what I gathered from that is that this agent wasn't asking nearly enough questions to his client. And now guess what? That happens to most real estate agents. And this guy sells a lot of homes. He sells 50 plus homes a year. He's a good qualified agent, but he doesn't ask enough questions and he doesn't listen enough. Most of us agents don't do that with our buyers when we're working on getting listings, when we're trying to get them sold. Wouldn't you like to know exactly what that client wanted, thought they needed, what they actually needed, and help them get there and save time and you make more money in the process? Yes, is the answer. I'm Jay and I'm with the Real Agents of Change. Put together this quick video. I'm going to go over the three major, yes, I said three major types of questions and how to use them so you can make more money, save more time, and help more people and make a bigger impact on the world. Boom, let's go. Okay, so the first type of questions is the open-ended questions. The most important type of question, open-ended questions. Now you need to practice these: who, what, when, where, why, how, but not in the most simplest form. You have to pry further because understand it's a psychology. Most people have this defense mechanism up. So if you ask them a question of what's your time frame to move, they might tell you in 4 months, or they might tell you what they think you want to hear, like 2 months. But really what you need to do is you have to ask more prying questions like, well, why is that important to you to move in 4 months? What's going on in your life now? Where are you moving from? Well, what happens if you don't move in the next 2 to 4 months? How long can you continue, or do you want to continue living where you are now? What does it look like? More prying questions. There are tons of open-ended questions that you can utilize and ask the open-ended questions. Then when they ask, now here's the key. Listen to their answers. Then you can take that answer and then you can move them and help guide them to the next stage of your process, whether it's buying or listing their home and selling their home. Okay, that's number one. The second set of questions is the A or B questions, or the either or questions. So they can be called either way. I call them A or B questions. Basically what you're doing is you're giving somebody two different scenarios that they can choose from. One scenario is the one that doesn't really make sense. It doesn't have to be out of this world crazy, but it's not the one that's going to give them the desired outcome that they're looking for. And then the second one is the one that does give them that desired outcome that makes sense. And now you as the real estate agent, you should already know which one makes more sense, because if you're asking the open-ended questions, you know exactly what they need and how to help them get there. So an example of an A or B question could be, let's say for a seller, would you prefer to keep the home on the market a while and price it at that price? Or would you rather set it at the right price, we get more buyers coming in and maybe even get the full asking price? I mean, which makes sense for you? Because you did say that time frame is real important to you. Now back up. I knew time frame was really important to that person because I asked them. Some people, time frame isn't as important. It's not always about time frame. It's not always about money. That's why you have to ask those questions. Don't assume. The third type of questions are the yes or no questions. And the reason why you ask those, and obviously yes or no is what you're asking, but the reason why you ask those is because you want to ask a series of those questions that are going to lead to the yes answer in order to lead you to the result that you're looking for in that situation. So let's say you're trying to get the appointment for a listing, or if you're trying to get a listing agreement signed, what you're doing is you're nodding your head if you're in front of them, or even if you're not in front of them, nod your head, because they're going to get a little bit of that over the phone. But nod your head and ask them the yes questions. Okay, well, let's see, you definitely want to get to Ohio, right? Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. And we want to net you the most money on the sale of the home, right? Well, yes, we do. And now you said you want to take that chandelier with you, right? Well, yes, we do. So you're asking yes questions so that when you ask them to sign the contract, they've already been primed to say yes, to want to say yes. You're in alignment with them. And I can't stress that enough. Be in alignment, be on their side. Do not ever, and this is a little bit off topic, but not really, because if you're wanting to be aligned and you want them to do what they need to do in their best interest with your help, ask them those yes questions and be in alignment with them. Now, those are the 3 questions. If you want to make more money, if you want to scale your business, ask those yes or no questions. I have a resource as well, and I didn't attach it to this, but shoot me a message and I'll send you the resource that has the 3 different types of questions all listed out and actually has a bunch of examples of all of those questions. Okay, go sell something.